Hey everyone, it's Bob Perkins bringing you another AA-ISP Monday Morning Sales Minute here with special guest Glenn Sandifer. Glenn, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Bob. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I like your Under Armour shirt. It looks like you're ready to go.
I'm ready to
morning
go.
Workout.
Workout complete. I'm ready to be signed by Under Armour as a representative for AA-ISP and in the inside sales profession.
I love it. Well, Glenn is he's actually the vice president for the Tennessee Chapter. You've been doing some great virtual events.
Yeah.
He's been in sales and sales leadership 15 years. He has his own consulting firm, Glenn Sandifer Consulting, and he's participated in many conferences. Look, Glenn, you and I were talking earlier about we all got sent home, right?
Right.
Maybe not as hard for inside reps because they were used to selling virtually anyway, but they're not around their social pack. But more importantly, field reps that had lots of autonomy got sent home too. You're going to talk to us today a little bit about best practices in making that transition.
Yes, sure. Well, thanks again for the time. But I will say that we were all rocked by the changes that happened in the world in general, and then specifically in sales with COVID-19. I was at the time managing dual roles, an inside and both outside sales force, and we were forced to have to bring individuals back in during that time. What we saw during that transition was what you spoke to. First, our outside sales team, they had a lot of autonomy. They were focused specifically on having scheduled appointments in the AM, having their networking meetings, having their lunches, maybe a golf outing, and then closing on a couple of deals, while our inside sales team was specifically focused on calling on those pre-qualified leads, reaching out to those existing prospects, and then closing deals over the phone. So it was a complete switch for both groups. I will say that the team that struggled the most was our outside sales professionals. They did not like going in and being on the phone. They preferred the action, and they created kind of a routine around the flexibility and the autonomy of working on their own time.
Yeah.
Or our inside sales team, when they went home, they were still able to actually contact leads, reach out to existing prospects, and then actually get some deals moving forward that may have stalled during the time.
It's kind of like what they were used to. So talk specifically about the field reps that now, you know, they couldn't go anywhere, do anything. How big of a shift? What can you share to help them?
Yeah, I will let you know. There were kind of 3 points that I wanted to focus on for the outside sales reps. I wanted to let them know, one, that this was temporary. The country was going to open back up again. And when the country opened back up, there was going to be a pent up demand for the services that we were offering at that time. So this is temporary. My pastor always says, don't make permanent what is temporary. The second thing that we shared is the process of inside sales prospecting. Much different than traditional door knocking. I know that's a bad word to a lot of sales professionals, but the industries that I've served over the past 15 years or so have traditionally been door knocking based companies. And so these professionals were great at that. Getting them to understand the process of a dial versus a door was a challenge, but they saw that they could actually be more efficient in a day, where we would maybe ask them to do 25 to 50 contacts on the door. They were able to do 50 the first half of the day over the phone, leave a message. And then we also focused on the development of their social profile and social selling, developing a LinkedIn profile, start to leverage social media as a tool to reach out to potential prospects and existing prospects for the opportunity to gain business or even get referrals. And then the final thing was letting them know that with the pent-up demand, the new way of selling, that the business would still move forward.
Yeah. And, you know, you mentioned kind of prospecting via door-to-door. Yes, it still does exist in many industries. But even if you're an AA or an account manager and you have current clients that you were going to visit the current clients, you can't do that. So these things you shared hold true. You know, get good at prospecting, right? Know how to personalize, know how to reach out on the phone, have a conversation. 2, update your LinkedIn profile. And, you know, 3, we're going to get through this. So those are really good tips. Any final thoughts before we wind down here?
Final thoughts, I would just say that as any sales professional, whether it's inside or outside, we are probably in the best position to turn around quickly. We have no glass ceiling. every business, every VP, every director I know personally is hiring, and they want to hire for the best. If you're trainable, if you have a passion and you have an energy around the product or service that's going to be offered, you are in demand in the market.
Well,
I know that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I know a lot of us, a lot of people have dealt with a layoff or a furlough at this time.
Yeah.
The business world is open back up. So just be encouraged that the next great opportunity will find you.
Well, look, that's an optimistic way to to end the session here, and it made me it got me thinking positively, and I think we need a little bit more of that right now. So thanks for sharing that, Glenn. If anyone wants to reach out, connect, talk to you a little bit more, what's the best way to do it?
Several ways. I have my website, glennsandifer.com. On there, you're able to book a 30-minute session with me. We can talk about things such as long-term strategic partnerships, referral partner marketing programs, digital marketing, inside sales. I'm also available on LinkedIn and Twitter at Glenn Sandifer.
All right, great. Well, thanks again for joining us today. We're going to have you back in the future, and we'll look forward to that. So thanks, Glenn. Thanks, viewers. Everyone, have a great rest of the week. Good selling for the week. Take care.
Thank you.